Hello, friends. We return to our new business here. We put up the first video a couple of weeks ago, and now we get to see stage two. We are coming off of the vote. I have a new friend who gave me some feedback. Uh, is it Chief Smoking Dragon? Sick name. Um, we will go with number three, because that seems to be kind of the mixed business that we have going. We're just going to take these numbers and stash them somewhere else for now, because we'll probably need them in the future. We'll probably hold on to these icons for other things, but for now, we're going to use this one for the capital that I had mentioned before. We are going to put this capital, we'll say, oh, let's turn back on this snap to grid function. Yeah. We'll put it there, right on the coastline right there. Makes it so that we can, have access to the inland sea here alongside the kind of big opening off to the side over here, and then eventually turn this into some kind of like a canal or something similar. But for now, we will remove that circle, and we're going to start populating this stuff. We're going to make this go up a little bit bigger so we know it has some importance. And then we will use some of these more simplistic ones. This would be fine. Make that size go down just a little bit. We're going to turn off the grid for this one because we don't necessarily need it for now. And what we'll do is we'll kind of scatter around some villages. We're kind of make sure that they stick around the coastline for a good bit, because that's fishing, commerce, and communication. We'll put another one like over there, and we'll do a couple coming in here, there, and there. Why did we care about the first one being on the grid? I can't really explain it. The TISM part of me really wanted it to be part of the grid. So forgive me if that didn't really make any sense. So we got some towns and some cities in there. And then we're going to do a quick little connection between them. Do this guy, and then make sure that we are a much lower sublevel. Actually, let's raise all of these. Don't know why I didn't just grab all of them at once. Don't mind me. Just making my job slightly harder. Oh, we don't need that. What we need is a better color, because we're going to use this for the roads. Do kind of a grayish, reddish color. Maybe like go more into the yellows. That should be fine. And then we can tweak the color scheme with it. Oh, that actually should be more than enough. this road, we're actually going to make a teensy bit larger because we're going to call it the King's Road or the Emperor's Road. And it's going to follow the mountain here. We're just going to leave it kind of chilling there, vibing, having a great time. Turn off shadows because you don't necessarily need it, but what we will do is can we turn on I'll maybe use the shadows to make a intensity should be fine where it was. Here we go. And kind of use that shadow for, a little bit of an outline. Make it stand out just a little bit. Don't want it to be too crazy. Beautiful. And then we start picking at these nodes and make them be a little bit curvy. Reduce curve just a little bit. That's fine. That one probably doesn't need to be messed with too much. This one, definitely, but we don't want it. There, that should be okay. Okay, so that's the big King's Road. Time to do the little ones. So deselect that one and then lock it. What we're going to do in here is we're going to change its name real fast. Just do Kings. No. We have Emperors here. We'll use that proper title. Emperor's Road. And since it is locked, I can't accidentally add on to it, mess with it, that kind of thing. Then we scale the new road down. We're going to go to 90% since we did over 10% before, and we'll do less than that this time. This one is just going to connect all of these little guys together. Might have some other roads that connect to the big guy, and that's perfectly reasonable. So, like, this one kind of ride the coast a little bit. This one kind of do the same. You might even add some points in for the smaller villages and stuff that wouldn't necessarily be marked on the map. I probably just have this dude go all the way up there. And then we can add some things in like the middle here, so do like, big forests and stuff. So it's not just, lifeless emptiness between all these different roads. Because there's never nothing, if that makes sense. Is there a way we can like jank in a connection there? What if I make it no, lower capacities or lower opacity is not really going to help? What if I just kind of move? There's probably something we could mess with to make that work better. But overall, I think add one more road and just slap one right in there. And that's good for now. This is our lovely little capital business. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put all of these inside of a group. We'll call it roads. Rename this one to capital. And then, can I rename these as a group? That'd be sick, but probably not. That's fine. We'll leave those as just icons for now. I'd have to go through and rename all of them all like, individually. And that's just kind of silly. I'm not going to do that. That's a waste of everybody's time. So instead, we're just going to go in and do a quick little curvating of the roads. I might add in a couple of little ones in here just to like do this kind of thing. Those are both pretty harsh curves. We'll make that one a curve just so that it kind of balances things a little. The beautiful little spaghetti over here. Everybody loves this spaghetti. As long as it doesn't give me heartburn. Which all of them does. So, that's what I do in the service of the great spaghetti. Might not even need that one. Ooh. Finger twitching goodness there. We'll do kind of the same treatment for this guy. Make it a little bit more unique. And normally, for my world maps, I tend to use a map generation software known as Asgard's. I think I mentioned that before. It's really good for this kind of thing. You just input all of the commands and it will fill in everything for you. You can change the naming conventions for things. You can determine what kind of like organization or government type a nation has and build up on it from there. And that makes it real easy to just kind of do like fill in the blank kind of things with it. It's real fun. I'll have to show that at some point. Do we use those trees? Let's go to our watercolor. Wait, no, we want watercolor cities. So we use the icons and stuff for the parchment stuff, but I do want to use the watercolor stuff more than, or at least for like the topographical things. Because this way we turn on many, make the area suitably big. Drop the density down just a little bit. He says, and keeps dragging. Okay, sorry, I was messing with the size of it. Oh, now there's just gonna be a big ass gap there, isn't there? That's why are you doing that? That is janky. What if I do it like that? That's still jank. So back down to whatever the percentage I had it at before. Is it like 65 or whatever? This might get a little bit boring, so feel free to. Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Do whatever you want. I'm going to turn off shadows though. Maybe That's what's making it weird? I mean, I guess I could make him like that size. Uh, go back to 1. I mean, sole purpose is just to make the map pop out a little bit more. And sure, we're using the parchment icons, but that's just for the like city markers and stuff. Hey, Mr. Tree or Miss Tree, let's come over here. Or variable amount of tree. Let's not be super overhanging on the roads. Because this is the the capital. Can't have trees overhanging over the roads. Okay, like figure out what you're doing, Mr. Thing. Select all the trees. We're gonna group them up real fast. Oh, I named it. I named the group a group. Okay, good job. Good job. Trees. There we go. Beautiful time. Wonderful. Love that. We're going to make that uneditable and then we're going to go into it. He's going to edit the uneditable. Let's see. Are you going to be nice to me now? Is this like considered part of like the box near it? Do I have to do like this kind of thing? This is weird. I've been using this software for a good long while. And I don't think it's ever done this before. Maybe it just doesn't like the small size. So I'd rather not, because it was really easy before you saw it. You done seen it. Maybe it just doesn't like the type of tree. Let's see. What if I just delete? Ooh, nope, that was the wrong button. Good job. Delete all of these, and then leave that forest the way it is, because that's beautiful. I love that. Did a great job with that. Good job, me. Do the shaded trees. Many. Lower the density some more. I mean, it kind of did it okay. I guess it just hates this kind of thing. Well, I could probably just paint. Oh, excuse me. I could probably just paint. Let me take a glass of water underneath the trees to make them look a little bit more robust. But that's not really what I wanted to do. Because I really wanted to use these trees. Like, I mean, you can see from a distance because this is what almost 100%. Let's scooch in just a little. This is 100%. How does that look? The kind of dead trees. I mean, sure. Hold on. Let's do a correct kind of comparison here real fast. We're gonna do a quick paint job underneath. Let me make sure that I have my glasses lowered. Okay, so this is the dark version of the one that we did before. Yes. Texture size is 50. Ah, we're painting the water. Try this again once more with feeling. being all sorts of weird today. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna poof out of there. Hopefully, you know what? We're just gonna do a quick save because janky stuff happening. I'm gonna leave it up to our new friend and any other new friends that want to comment and say things. What kind of trees do you think would work better? Do we want the kind of gray, the easier to paint ones? Like the group that I just did, or do we want these guys? We're gonna give it the numbers that we were using before. Let's snap to grid again. Bring the grid back up. Oh no, I don't want to edit the grid. I just want to make it, a thing that exists. And we'll put these trees as number one, and those trees as number two. And we're gonna let that sit for a minute. You decide, you vote, you give your piece as to which one should be which, or whether we should use one or the other. Let me clarify. Whichever one gets the most will be the one that we use. If there's other tree options, I can also present those when I do the next one. We're gonna look at the other areas that were suggested by our new friend, Chief Smoking Dragon. Um, I'll read out the comment real fast. Really liking the general idea with the map so far. I think I'm partial to icon number 3, which is this lovely little person right here. And I'm torn between it being in the middle spot closest to the mountain range or the bottommost circle. I kind of like it here, and as you notice, I've already populated stuff, so we're just gonna leave it there for the time being. Some biomes I think would be cool to see would be a snowy area and mountain range, maybe in that area by the top left circle. So this lovely guy right there, maybe a desert in the part of the map at the bottom left as well. Also, that would be like down here-ish, I think. I'm assuming that's what it is. Part of me was just like, this circle. It's like, no. So we're gonna do a lovely little mountainous addition. Grab those mountains over there, and then we're gonna do some pretty gnarly mountains this side. I feel like it's gonna try to shaft us again. Oh no, it's doing okay this time. Rad. Let me go in and add some individual ones. Turn off snap to grid. That wasn't really helping too much. He said snow and mountains. Let's throw in some bigger peaks in here. Big eyes. We're gonna poof these dudes up to 140 just to show that this mountain range is. You said that you're on random, but you're picking the same one. Like what's going on here? First one I can dig. Go. Let's do this guy, and then this guy, and then this guy, and then last one we're just gonna slap over here. Beautiful. And then we get our lovely little painting business going. Try to find a good one, kind of in the same vein as we were doing before. This will probably be okay. Actually, I need to do something first because it's never just green and then snow. We're gonna do some darker stuff first. Paint all of that in, and then have this kind of come away from the mountains there. Maybe a little bit further, and then slap in the ice or snow. Just kind of continue it down there. Maybe harsh it up just a little. You know, it's never perfectly brown. It should definitely be more of a kind of splotch work. Call this like a highlands kind of area. Maybe add in some kind of yellowish kind of. Do we add texture? No, don't like that. Now we're gonna put the opacity down a bunch. Just kind of slap around this yellow stuff a little bit. And then maybe put some darker spots here in the mountains. That's cool. And then we do some white patches as well. Because obviously, it's pretty effing cold up there. Maybe even do a couple of little white patches here. Just to indicate tall ass mountains. Sorry, just taking a look see over it. I'm thinking maybe a little bit more brown. Okay. So we've got the big kid capital over here. We need to get our lovely little text tool back out. Snap to the grid. Oh, that might be a little bit confusing. You know, we won't name it yet. We will leave that for the next attempt at things. So yeah, tell me what you think for the trees. Um, we'll have to figure out because obviously closer to the shoreline, the desert is going to be a little bit more green. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do kind of a here. I'm going to draw it out in a line. We're going to do a freehand draw with this one, and we're going to put it into the kind of red color we were using before. And then this is my suggestion. Kind of come around there, and then maybe go to like there for our desert. And then have more of like a plains kind of savanna kind of deal going on here. And kind of the same vibe for here. And then we can even go into the patterning for the, you know, whole ass edge of the world. And I'm thinking we probably get a little bit more cold stuff up here just to represent that. I'll maybe even put some ice up here. So yeah, our new friend, uh, the smoking dragon. Let me know what you think of how I've written out the desert and the other biomes that I've mentioned. We'll leave these circles up just in case you want to put any other major cities there. I'm thinking of at least a couple of like what are they, the different like cultivation sects up here in like the mountains and stuff, alongside several obviously in like the snow, the desert, and we'll probably need to have like a big forest one too, because wood is part of the Muxia um, like cultivation stuff. So you let me know how that goes, how like what you think we should be doing. Let me do a quick save there. And while that's saving, I appreciate you leaving the comment on the last video. Um, if anyone has any ideas, any suggestions, any additions to be made to the map, um, any you saw one of the pattern textures before. If people think that'd be a good idea to throw in there, I can see what it looks like for next time. Otherwise, have a blessed remainder of your day. Have a good rest of of the month of April, and I will talk to you in the next video. Have a good one.